all right, as we get into Kevon Looney, this is from Evan Sittery, friend of the station, future friend of the show, and this is per Tim Kawakami. Kevon Looney will likely be released by the Warriors to save money on their tax bill. Only $3 million of Looney's $8 million salary is guaranteed until it fully locks on June 24th. The Warriors have all these non-guaranteed deals. This has been their glitch in the system. If Looney is released, expect plenty of interest. You know, Chris, obviously I was out there in the Bay, so Kevon Looney, and you, Sacramento Kings, are very familiar with Kevon Looney from a couple of years ago. And if Looney is released, expect plenty of interest. Essentially what happened this season is the Warriors are trying to figure out what worked, what didn't. It feels like Looney's shtick has kind of run out of rope here in the Bay. And you have Trace Jackson Davis, who came in and played really well. Mm-hmm. You didn't have Draymond, then you got Draymond back. So the combination of that with these wings that Kevon Looney is getting switched on, he has literally no offensive bag. Mm-hmm. He's not a scorer at all. He has no offensive moves. So it's always been incredible to me for the Warriors to run out Draymond and Kevon Looney for as long as they did. It seems like that road has come to an end. Kevon Looney is a great champion for the Warriors, and I guess that there will be some interest if you're looking for a rebounder that is, I would still say, fairly above average on defense if he gets the right matchup, right? On switches, I think he is less of an issue than other bigs. He can move his feet. By the way, if you've never watched Looney in high school before the hip injuries, he was supposed to be, they said he might have been Kevin Durant. Yeah. And I know it sounds crazy. Next time you have some free time, check out his mixtape from high school. It was incredible, and to a lesser degree at UCLA. It was incredible. The dude was cooking. So now, Chris, I see Kings fans saying Kevon Looney would love to bring him in on a minimum deal. I don't know when Evan Sittery says there'll be plenty of interest. I don't know if Kevon Looney will get more than a minimum deal. Right. Personally, I'm not even going to tease anymore. I don't understand why the Kings would want Kevon Looney. I don't really get why. And I know fans in general just want everybody. Sure. And I don't know how much Kings fans watched Kevon Looney besides that series where he grabbed 25 rebounds a game and played out of his mind. I don't know why the Kings would want Kevon Looney. I don't know what that does.
I think it's just it's kind of it's crazy actually as I'm looking at it. He's 28 years old.
I know.
I was going to say,
but it's a harder 28.
I literally was going to suggest he could be this season's JaVale McGee. Yeah. Kind of be the guy who's been there, done that, can be more of a vocal presence than actual helping out. But at 28 years old, I mean, ideally, unless you're paying truly like a vet minimum for him, you'd like to get some sort of production out of him. And, I think there could be something there, but I mean, you said something in the pre-show of you could just play Alex Len more too. I think that might be a better solution because I do think a lot of the things you want from Looney, is fine. Alex Len can do.
Alex Len is a lob threat as well.
Exactly. Like Looney's 6'8", 6'9", maybe, and he has got credit card hops. So I kind of feel like and the Kings could definitely use some rebounding, but let's try and think of when Kevon Looney would play. Not where, but when he would play. He was playing 16 minutes a game for Golden State last year. He's been around anywhere from 13 to 20 minutes for them. I can't see if he's going to be the one backing up Sabonis. Well, is he running the dribble handoffs? Because, I just don't know really what he's going to be out there doing besides rebounding. And I mean, that's a great skill for sure, but I just feel like the Kings are in a position like Mike Malone said earlier this year. You got to be able to do more than one thing when you're out there. And if Looney's one thing is rebounding and then okay defense, I just think we can look at other places for guys who might also be able to solve our rim protection problem. If Kevon Looney was a good rim protector or an elite rim protector, this would be a different conversation. But I think just bringing in the rebounding, it's not enough for me to get excited and say, no, we have to go get Kevon Looney.
Yeah.
We could, but it's, I'm not going to be super excited.
Vet minimum, sure, we can have the conversation. Yeah. I'm just thinking about the offense, right? And I do think that there is a little bit of familiarity there. The Kings aren't running exactly what the Warriors are running,
right? But
Kevon Looney is a savant. He would, he would be. I don't have any worries about Kevon Looney understanding the offense. I think my worry is, I think maybe I'm having some flashbacks about how poorly the Kings shot this season, and now putting out someone who at least Alex Len has some, like I said, lob threat, some sort of an offensive bag. Kevon Looney, you go out there and you just don't have to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
He's 28, but that's all 28s aren't created equal. And I would say the same thing about Draymond.
Call him Iron Feet, right? You call him Iron Man, but they say they got lead in his shoes.
Exactly. So, here's a guy who you're trying to fit into this roster, and he didn't get, I'll put it to you like this. He didn't get time on the team that you beat.
Right.
To go to the next playing game. Yeah. He didn't get time on a 10 seed.
That needed a center. Yeah.
That needed a center. They decided to go with Trace Jackson Davis as the backup to Draymond. And really, he would have got even less time if Draymond wasn't choking fools out and slapping dudes. So Kevon Looney, whatever his minutes were,
helicopter slap.
Yeah, whatever his minutes were, you go on Mortal Kombat on him. Whatever Kevon Looney's minutes were, that's also in part due to Draymond not being there.
No,
so he would have played even less if Draymond was there more. Yeah. So I think
he was just straight up getting DNPs last year, wasn't
he? He was. They started Trace Jackson Davis a couple times too. So I think the game, as far as how much he can bring to the game, I don't want to say it's passed him by, but I think there's probably a place for him. Yeah. I don't know why that would be the Sacramento Kings.
No, he feels like Miami, like he's that kind of guy. Or, I feel like the Blazers always randomly get a ton of those. Maybe I'm just thinking of GP2, but like these Warrior King castoffs seem for whatever reason to go up north. There'll be a team. Maybe he'll go to the Bucks. Like, he's from Wisconsin. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Especially if they lose a guy like Bobby Portis, not that he does what Bobby Portis does, but similar frame, similar size, could maybe fill in there. There's going to be a role for it. He's the 3-time champion too. Someone will sign him.
Oh, someone.
Maybe even the Lakers might sign him. Like, I just don't know in terms of impact, which is when we're here in Sacramento. That's the thing that we have to worry for first and foremost about. We're not really in the luxury piece place in our development yet. We need guys who, if we're going to sign them, what exactly are you bringing to me? And Looney's a great screener. He's a great rebounder, but I just kind of feel like the Kings need more than that from their only big man out there, because they're not running 2 bigs at once. If Looney's going to be out there for the Kings, he's going to be the only big man out there, and I think they need somebody who does a little bit more than just what he does.
Dennis Youngblood likes Looney over Len due to the durability. Len always gets hurt. 82 games, 74 games last 3 seasons for Kevon Looney. Give me that Iron Man, please, and that's with the playoffs. So Dennis Youngblood on the Sac Chat would take Kevon Looney or Alex Len. But the problem is you still have Alex Len. So unless you're going to move off of Alex Len and then I'm telling you, I don't think that this offense can handle Kevon Looney as the backup. Again, he could not get time on the 10 seed. That's what we're talking. And a team that he's been with for years. So they wanted to give him time. And Draymond wasn't playing. That's about it for me. All right, coming up next, we have a conversation as far as in and out. And